for the A final of the women's 8s. Hotly anticipated this, and it's going to be close competition between all 4 of the boats in the middle lanes, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some of the outsiders contending for medal positions here. Over on the far side, though, in lane 1, the Netherlands. They've had to come through via the repechage to secure a place in the final. Here are Australia in lane 2. They went straight through from the heats. In lane 3, United States of America. They had a blistering heat in heat 1. Just slower than Australia through the first 500, but led from then on. So they won their heat by quite a margin. Over in lane 4, Romania. They were in heat 2, where they constantly battled with Canada for the lead. And in lane 5, Canada. So Canada were in that heat with Romania, and it's going to be interesting to see how these 2 crews have changed only in a couple of days. And in lane 6, on the near side, Great Britain. They've come through via the repechage. Made a few changes in their boat, moving seats 2, 3 and 4. Melanie Wilson, Carrick McMurtry and Louisa Reeve back 3 seats so that Beth Rodford could then sit in the 4 seat. So they've added a tandem in there. This is the United States of America, though. In lane 3, they posted the fastest time out of all the women's 8s at this event. Who's your money on, Cookie?
Oh, look, it has to be the US, unbeaten at the Olympic Games and World Championships since 2006. Red hot favourites. They were so fast in the heat. And they're cleanly away. It looks like Romania out with the US. The US stroked by Carolyn Lind. She's in this boat with Megan Musnicki. Musnicki came across from the pairs. She placed 4th in the pairs the other day, but the only 2 returnees from last year's Olympic 8 that won the gold medal. Carolyn Lind, a dual Olympic gold medal winning in Beijing as well, doing an absolutely amazing job. Called to the stroke seat at the last minute of this crew.
Here we go, pushing out in front already, the United States of America and Romania. Very much as expected, they're the 2 fastest crews from the heats, but only by a nose, because very much with them are Australia. They've drawn level with Romania now. Still early days, only 250 metres in.
And the Aussies, the only crew to beat the US in 7 years. They won the World Cup at Sydney, but we are looking at a new look US crew here. The same Aussie crew that won that gold medal in Sydney, but certainly a new look boat here at the for the US, who won in Lucerne so emphatically.
Here's Romania now, though. Lanilia Zaharia in the stroke seat. They're setting a strong rhythm. Quick peek across. It's so important to know where you stand as you come up after the first 500. They're coming up to the line now. Romania did a 1:29.85 to the line, whereas the US was a 1:29.31. So look how quick this is. It's still quite tight. All 3 of the middle crews were within 0.6 of a second each other in the first 500 of the heats.
And Romania, they've been off the pace a little bit in their women's 8 over the last sort of 8 years, just scraping in for a medal in Beijing, but they were so dominant for so long in this category. And this is a new look Romanian women's 8, which is very much reminiscent of their old girls who were so successful for so long. But here is the USA, the dominant crew to beat, Olympic champions going out there to win today.
Caroline Lind setting a very powerful rhythm there that is just edging them up over Australia with each stroke. Half a length up now.
And what a move they made in that second 5. Look at them, that just ripped away to half a boat length lead over the Australians. So strong. A brand new crew here. 4 of them raced at the Olympic Games last year. Tess Durand, Hannah Vermeesh, Alex Hagan, Renee Chatterton. They're the experienced ones in this boat, only having made their first senior team last year, so very much a young crew, but driven in the coxswain seat by Lizzie Patrick, going for her 3rd Olympics at the helm of the Aussie crew.
Blistering pace from the United States of America. They're just edging forward with every stroke. But this is Romania, currently level pegged in second place with Australia. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this turns over the 1,000.
And the run, such a distinctive rhythm here. Like I said, reminiscent of their old girls, the ones that were so successful, multiple Olympic gold medal winners, and they're looking fantastic moving into the silver medal position.
3 minutes flat over the 1,000 metres there by America, only half a second slower than the first 500 of their semi.
And this is what we expected to see at this point. The Canadians, they're charging through. They've just taken the advantage over the Aussie girls who are fighting so brilliantly over there in lane 2. But the Canadians looking very strong. Olympic silver medalists moving into the bronze medal position. But there's no doubt about it. The US of A looking so strong, driven there by Carol and Lind, pushing their crew out to almost a length lead. Tom Teha, their coach, will be absolutely stoked. He's got 6 new girls in this boat. Unbelievable.
Here's the Romanians, though. Ionelia Zaharia stroking that boat and only just managing to stay in touch with this American 8. They look so powerful out in front. Battle's going to be for the small medals here, I think.
And there in the coxswain seat, we have Caitlin Schneider. She was world champion after Mary Whipple took a year out after the 2008 Olympics. But Mary Whipple, the 2-time Olympic gold medalist, Olympic silver medalist, she's finally retired, and Caitlin has taken her position at the helm of this crew, driving them out to just over a length lead.
Looking over at the lane 5, though, just off this shot, stroked by Christy Nurse. The Canadian 8 is coming back into this. They've ploughed through the Aussie 8 and are in bronze medal position. They may even contend for the silver medal over Romania through the final 500. It's going to absolutely come down to the wire, but look at this 8 here. They look so good as they go through 1,500.
It's just like a lesson in how to row, isn't it? You know, very power orientated, but they're quite subtle the way they do put it in and really get hold of it. The British right off the back, but the Romanians really having that duel. The Romanians in the middle of your picture, the Canadians in red and white closest to you. There's a look at the Romanian stroke woman, Iolona Zaharia, really driving the crew on for this last quarter.
And we can see the Canadians stroked by Christy Nurse. She was a reserve in London last year and absolutely made her mark here in the Canadian women's 4 as well. That won a silver medal a couple of days ago. Both the Canadian and the Australian women's 8s doubled up their 4s. So the athletes have raced and have both medalled this week, but the Canadians just hanging in there for bronze over the Aussies.
They're just coming into the red boys now. 250 metres remains at the final of the women's 8, and leading the way, the absolute class act on your screen now, United States of America. They've got clear water over Romania. I didn't see that coming, but Romania are also 3/4 of a length up on Canada.
And of course the US set that world's best time of 5:54.16 at Lucerne. I talked to Amanda Polk, who's rowing at bow on the left of your screen. She was absolutely delighted to have made that mark. And there we go, a mark again, a clear water victory in the World Championships.
Look at that, crossing the line there for the gold medal. 2013 world champions in the women's 8. United States of America. Silver goes to Romania, and holding on for bronze, Canada. Quite the finish there. In 4th place we had Great Britain, 5th Germany, and in 6th Denmark. But
wow,
there was no catching up with the Americans all the way from the start.
Amazing to see this Romanian 8 rebuilding. They've had such strength and depth in their junior and under-23 categories this year. Medaling yesterday in the pair. Absolutely brilliant to see them back on the form, reminiscent of the girls that were so successful, winning so many Olympic gold medals back in the early 2000s. They will be delighted to be back on the medal podium in silver. The Canadians, brilliant in 3rd, and what a tight battle that was between the Aussies and the Brits, just the Brits getting it over them on the line.
Well, I thought the Canadians put in a really strong finish there. They just managed to hold off the Aussies coming up to the line, and I'm sure they're chuffed as chips for that bronze medal. Romania, really strong race there. They were the only ones who could keep up with the Americans to the 1500.
And look at the sun cream that Caroline Lind, she always rose like that. She was like that in Lucerne. It almost kind of, you know, freaks you out, just almost a zombie-like, but she's really distinctive, isn't she? The way she leads those women, so impressive. Beautiful poise.
Only moving to the stroke seat this week after the injury of their crewmate, but she's done an amazing job driving that boat for the racing this week.
Amanda Polk on the left of your picture, the bow woman of the American 8, has We see them crossing the line in front of the Romanians, who I think row fantastically well. Really distinctive technique, not like the other crews here. Much quicker around the finish, away to their knees on the recovery, but they really do glide into the front end in a beautifully smooth way.
We're moving now to the medal ceremony for the lightweight men's 4. Just to show you some times there, look at that, 5 seconds up. United States